मोनिका का आवाज सुनाई दिया सर, बहुत देर के
ओ,
बाद।
वो आई ही लेट है, वो आजकल लेट आती
यस
है
यस
उसके लिए
यस।
नहीं सर,
ईएसजी।
मैं सबसे पहले आई हूँ।
वो मैं समझा
आई
बड़े
वॉज
लोगों
देयर
की
व्हेन
बड़ी
द
बात है।
म्यूजिक वॉज।
हाँ,
आई
म्यूजिक तो था।
वॉज
म्यूजिक
हाँ,
तो
जब
था।
म्यूजिक चल रहा था तब से मैं हूँ क्लास में, बट आई वॉज लिसनिंग टू द प्रेजेंटेशन एंड लेक्चर।
बट पीपल वांट्स टू हियर यू। व्हाई यू आर लिसनिंग ओनली? व्हाई यू आर नॉट स्पीकिंग?
So
टेल
now
मी।
I'm speaking, na sir. I think
ओके।
we should go for
Okay,
the
you got the chance.
presentation.
Can we give Prasanna a chance to second group? And next time you tell your ladies team members to also raise hand. We'll give her the chance.
ठीक है सर।
Prasanna, if he allows, then only I can go ahead.
ठीक है सर।
Uh,
Chalo, ठीक
so,
है. Go ahead.
Abhips,
You can share
yeah.
your screen.
Abhipsa, please share the screen. And is Nitya there? So,
She's not here.
okay.
I
Oh,
saw her
so
coming and going all the time. Yeah, her line is very feeble.
she has
She
a
has a meeting
meeting.
aligned currently, so
Yeah.
she had to go.
So
So somebody
one last
message her
thing
and you
I
start.
wanted to say about, as we were discussing about uh, Adani, I wanted to just share another kind of a recent news. They have in Bihar, they have like got a controversy going on.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
Yeah,
a big
10,000 trees,
controversy,
mango trees.
controversy.
They
Like
are
they
they
बहुत
are
have
जगह पे
setting
है।
up
acquired.
some 2,500 megawatt plant, and for that they need to cut 10,000 mango
No,
trees
not
or something.
10,000, not 10,000.
10
Sorry,
lakh,
10 lakh, 10 lakhs.
10 lakh
10
trees.
10 lakhs.
lakhs.
10
They
lakhs
have they have received a matlab 1,000 acre land
at 1
in
rupee.
Bihar at one
Ah,
rupee for
where?
30 year lease. It's
Oh
like
my
what is
God.
going on?
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, just a kind of a news which is not
And they are going to
very.
put what? Solar power plant.
No, no.
No,
सर
Oh,
no,
Thermal.
coal power
normal
plant.
thermal
व्हाट इज
thermal.
Coal
थर्मल सर?
power plant removing trees. Come on.
Yes,
That's a very
yes,
interesting
and
case.
that news is like censored all around.
Yeah,
इससे पहले
I'm not
उड़ीसा
aware.
में
Miss.
था
Of
सर,
course it is
इससे
censored.
पहले
I'm
No,
not
it is
उड़ीसा
aware.
में
not
भी था।
censored. What happened
Matlab,
is there was a court order. Adani got a court order from Delhi court for a gag on reporting adverse things on Adani Group and all. So the order was quashed within 1 week by the Sessions Court. He got it from a lower court. The order was passed against journalists, but within 1 week the order got vacated from the Sessions Court.
acha, matlab,
Amazing.
So
I'm
the
just
gag
saying
order is
ki
gone. The gag order is
in
gone.
major media centers it's not
Yeah, Miss. I'm not
present.
aware. Miss. I'm watching
Yes,
later only.
सर इवन उड़ीसा में भी अभी लास्ट मंथ 1 लाख 1 लाख ट्रीज कट किया है पावर प्लांट के लिए। और आसाम में तो पूरा एक नो पॉपुलेशन को ही वहां से हटा दिया है, मतलब फॉर पावर प्लांट आसाम में।
And that
और
to do a coal power plant.
यस
Yeah.
यस यस, और मुझे हंसी ये आ रही थी अभी, जैसे अभिप्सा बता रही थी कि कटिंग ट्रीज। मॉर्निंग में मेरी वाइफ एक न्यूज़पेपर में दिखा रही है बैंगलोर में एक ट्री कटने से, गिरने से ऑटो के ऊपर वो फोटो। और आई वाज कंपेयरिंग दिस मैंगो ट्रीज
Or 10
प्रोजेक्ट सी,
lakh.
देखिए
10
एक ऑटो
lakh.
के ऊपर एक पेड़ गिरा तो न्यूज़पेपर में आया, और उधर 1 लाख 10 लाख ट्रीज कट हो रहा है तो न्यूज़ में
कोई
नहीं आया।
कुछ नहीं
नहीं,
है.
अगर
that's what I'm talking कि major outlets में कहीं पे उसके बारे में ज्यादा न्यूज़ नहीं आ रहा है।
ट्रू ट्रू उसका और एक चीज है कि अभी गवर्नमेंट एक स्कीम रन कर रहा है, एक पेड़ माँ के नाम। सो
हाँ,
So
yeah,
10 lakh
just
people.
हरियाणा में तो
So
टीवी पे रेडियो पे
he's
तो
a mother
कंटिन्यूस
of
है।
10 lakh.
हरियाणा में प्रीमियम भी मिलता है, इंश्योरेंस
हाँ,
So
प्रीमियम।
he
नहीं, हरियाणा में मिलता है।
so
हरियाणा
you
में
are
ट्री 30 years ओल्ड ट्री अगर आप मेंटेन करते हो, गवर्नमेंट हैज स्टार्टेड अ स्कीम इन हरियाणा, द पर्सन विल गेट 2,500 रुपीज पर ईयर, और वो
यस
तो
wow,
सर।
फर्स्ट
amazing.
ट्रांच डिलीवर
और
हो।
वो बेवकूफ़ है सर, उसको मालूम नहीं है वो कार्बन सिंक का अगर वो प्रोजेक्ट लेगा तो उससे ज़्यादा उसको पैसा मिलेगा साल
नहीं,
में।
वो अलग है, दैट दे कैन डू इट।
यस, पर उनको
दैट इज
पता
नॉट,
नहीं है, उनको
वो
मालूम
पता
नहीं
नहीं है, बट
है। यस
गवर्नमेंट
यस।
ये दे रहे, हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट ये चालू किया स्कीम, बिकॉज हरियाणा हैज द लोएस्ट ग्रीन कवर इन द कंट्री स्टेट वाइज।
My
yeah.
बिकॉज हरियाणा फॉल्स अंडर Aravallis ना, Aravalli is a arid zone,
God.
semi shrubs, semi
No,
shrubs, तो
it
green
doesn't come under. It just come under Aravali.
अरावली
Aravali,
में क्या
yeah.
होता है, यू डोंट हैव डेंस, आपका जो फॉइलेज कवर है इट इज लेस देन 0.4, ठीक है। फॉइलेज कवर डेंस नहीं है, इट इज श्रब्स, स्मॉल श्रब्स है अरावली में। डेंस बिग ट्रीज कम है।
Okay, okay, that part.
ग्रासलैंड से ज्यादा है ना, नॉट द
ग्रासलैंड
फॉरेस्ट।
एंड या ग्रासलैंड,
Grasslands
Correct.
convert
वेस्टर्न
into
Exactly.
घाट्स जैसे
agriculture.
डेंस फॉरेस्ट है वेस्टर्न घाट्स में, Aravallis doesn't have a forest.
प्रसन्ना ने बाय द वे प्रोजेक्ट किया हुआ है उसके ऊपर, करेक्ट प्रसन्ना? फॉरेस्ट पे, डिफॉरेस्टेशन पे।
नहीं सर।
ओके ओके। जो आता
नहीं
है
वो
जब
सर,
जब
वो माउंटेनियरिंग का उसको ज्यादा शौक
हाँ
है,
हाँ वो
मतलब फॉरेस्ट की तरफ ज्यादा है, वो
माउंटेनियरिंग वो
जाता
और
है।
हाँ
सौमिता टीम बना
यस
रहे हो।
यस,
वो तो आप
करेक्ट।
केयरफुल रहो, वो छोड़ के जाने वाली है आपकी टीम को। ओके।
कौन?
वो तो अलग है। मैं जलगांव में उसने कुछ करा था, भुसावल या जलगांव के बीच में, ही हैज डन
ओके,
द प्रोजेक्ट।
यस।
आई वाज ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हिच एरिया। ओके, सो लेट्स अहेड, गो अहेड अभिप्सा।
Yes,
अपना
yes,
टॉपिक भी
Bhumika,
बता
you can.
दीजिए। योर टाइम
Yes,
स्टार्ट्स नाउ, 20 minutes you have, that's it.
okay. Bhumika, you can start.
Today we are presenting Technova BRSR report from Group XA, presented by Abhipsa, me, Govardhan, Nitya, Vinit, and Krishna Kumar sir. Abhipsa, next slide. So yes, so first the general and management disclosure. Technical Solution Private Limited is a leading IT services and consulting company established in 2005. It specializes in digital transformation, AI analytics, and sustainable technology solutions. So the business matrices, as per the profile given, it has an annual turnover around 12,500 crores for the financial year 24. Employee strength, they have approximately more than 45,000 of professionals working worldwide, and their CSR investment sums up to rupees 50 crores annual spend. The diversity and governance they have given in the profile is women employees are up to 40% of workforce, then board compositions of 8 directors, and from which 37.5% are women. This shows the gender inclusivity. And disability inclusions, they have approximately 450 employees supported who are disabled in their form. What the innovation they have is their AI and data analytics solutions driving transformation. Sustainability, they have claimed that they have 100% renewable energy across all the campus locations. And the social impact, they carry out education, healthcare, and skill development initiatives around the social aspects. Next slide, Abhipsa. So currently they have achievements in the 3 major sectors, that is environmental leadership, diversity and inclusion, and governance excellence. They have achieved almost 100% renewable energy across all campus locations, zero e-waste to landfill policy, that means they may be recycling or they are adapting to the circular economic principles, and 50% reduction in the 50% water reduction target that is has been implemented. Diversity and inclusion, strong commitment to gender equality. They have approximately 40% of women workforce, which includes also disability inclusion programs and comprehensive equal opportunity policies established. From the government aspects, they have ethical business policies framework, including business ethics, anti-corruption measures, and data privacy protection, as it is an IT company, and comprehensive supply chain responsibility initiatives. Next slide. So now we have BRSR principle-wise mapping for the Technova Innovation Company. There we have mapped all the business BRSR principles, and we have rated them along with the justification and what are the data that has been missing. So basically, they have strengths around 4 principles. 4 principles we have rated them high, where principle number 1, from which principle number 1, governing business ethics and integrity, the performance is very strong. They have well-defined code of conduct, and board and key management are fully covered by integrity training. The clear governance structure have been in place that provides oversight necessary for ethical decision making. However, the main data gap lies in the quantitative matrices. They lack formal reportable mechanism to track the number of employees trained or the resolution rates of ethics complaints. Secondly, moving to the principle number 4, stakeholder responsiveness. They have policies in place to respect the interests of our stakeholders and consistently engage them with the communities they serve. The community outreach programs are highly impactful. And the next step is to formalize the public transparent grievance redressal mechanism for all the stakeholders, not just for the employees. and to collect the data, and the outcomes of these engagements. The principles that have been rated very strong is principle number 6, environmental responsibility. Abhipsa, can you change the slide? Next slide. Oh, sorry, here it is. Oh, okay. The environmental responsibility principle, which is aligned with the principle number 6 of BRSR. They have claimed that they have 100% achieved renewable energy and have sustainable operations investments for their primary facilities, and successfully implemented a zero waste to landfill policy for the e-waste. That shows their clear vision for the circular economy. But now the data gap they have is to collect the granular data on water consumption and withdrawal, as well as formalize the tracking of scope 3 emissions across the value chain. They also need to begin disclosing any green credits generated or procured in line with the latest regulatory changes. For final, the most high second slide. The most high performing principle is inclusive growth and equitable development. Their work in community development is a testament to the commitment, and they have also disclosed their formal social impact assessment of their projects. But now, sorry, where I just missed the slide. Yeah, the major gaps they have is the pay equity analysis and discrimination related grievances. They have not shown any leadership positions held by women or leadership positions held by any disabled people, although they have claimed that they have 40% women in their workforce and 37.5% women on the board. Now we will go towards the principles that we have rated their performance medium, that is employee well-being, which shows that they have lack of quantitative data. Also, they have provided comprehensive health and safety benefits as well as training and development programs, but they have also not reported any key metrics such as employee turnover rates and training hours per employee and occupational health and safety data, which have included any injuries or fatalities. So this comes under for human policy under Principle 5. They have also acknowledged the responsibility to human rights. But now they haven't operationalized any commitment regarding same. Also on principle number 2, sustainable products, and principle number 9, customer value chain, the intent is clear to provide goods and services that are both safe and sustainable and engage responsibly with their customers. But these principles are rated not applicable because they have not yet established any process for disclosing information on product recalls, collecting formal customer feedback, or detailing the cybersecurity and data privacy policies. In summary, this report has revealed that the foundational principles are sound, but the intent is ethical with strong governance in place, but they have many of the data gaps where they need to invent new policies and build systems and processes necessary to collect and report the data accordingly. Next slide. Now I'll ask Abhipsa to take over with the GRI mapping.
Okay, so I'll be okay. So in terms of GRI mapping, yeah, so many things have been disclosed. In terms of governance standards 401 and 405 has been disclosed as of information on employees diversity in governance bodies and employees. So most of the things are in full alignment with BRSR, but in terms of 300 environmental GRI disclosures, they have disclosed 100% renewable energy, but GRI requires quantitative data in megawatts, but BRSR accepts renew percentages of it. Similarly, here we can see 303 water disposal, 306 waste generated. These also require GRI asks for absolute values, and that is not provided here. As of CSR expenditures, Technova says they have contributed 50 crores, comes under the 201 direct economic value generated. And for again under for again in governance skill development programs, they have told us about the average training hours, but and in supply chain they have talked about ESG compliance and audits. So how can they align with it in terms of GRI mapping? They can have say for quantitative energy reporting, they can have energy monitoring systems to track absolute consumption. For water management, they can establish baseline water consumption measurements, training metrics, training our tracking systems, and emission reporting for 305, 1, 2, and 3. They can conduct comprehensive GHG analysis. In comparison to Wipro and Infosys, we saw the Technova has achieved 100% renewable energy, but there is very less coverage, as Infosys have a very comprehensive coverage and more clarity on data, completeness of reporting CSR outcomes, impact is not clearly reported, and policies are mentioned in general, but references are not given. Now I suggest Govardhan to go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Abid sir. Good afternoon, everyone. To summarize, with Technova progress in workforce diversity and sustainability, uh, it has 40% of the women employee, indicating that there is diversity in the workplace, and they are employing 1% of disabled of the total of their total fleet, and they have achieved 100% renewable energy usage, and they are spending nearly 50 crores of their budget as CSR grant, and water consumption was reduced by 50% per employee. Next slide, please. Habib sir, next slide. And the key highlights is that they have achieved 100% renewables, which indicates that their scope to emissions is nearly zero. And e-waste management policies, which indicate that they have successfully diverted that e-waste from their landfills, which indicates that they are progressing on circular policies and recycling thing. And water stewardship is that the company has achieved 50% reduction in water consumption, and they are effectively harvesting rainwater across all their offices. And skill development, they are conducting rural skill development programs for rural youth, and these are the metrics of their renewable energy usage, which is 100%, and e-waste diverted from landfill is also 100%, and water usage reduction is also by 50%, though the main water sources and their withdrawal capacity has not been given, but they have successfully reduced their water usage. Then what are the business impact framing of these sustainability metrics is, when they are using 100% renewable, the operational risks are reduced long-term energy costs and make the operations more eco-friendly and green. They have their lower carbon footprint and reduce the carbon intensity from their operations. The reputation is that enhanced brand image, and they attract the environmentally conscious clients, and they also build the stakeholders trust. What is the risk involving? Helps in mitigating climate risks. High upfront costs and supply chain dependencies will be also reduced, and operational impact for climate change also will be reduced. Then zero waste to landfill is nothing but this is a source of revenue, which can be used for company. Then repurposing reduces the stress on the resources. Then repetition is applied to circular economy focused clients. They have demonstrated circular economy models and competitors to their peers in their same field. So whatever the risk that is associated is, they avoid environmental regulation fines and technological limitations and inadequate infrastructure. Then coming to water management, 50% of water reduction is already done, and they're successfully harvesting rainwater. So the operational risk is, the dependency on the supply chain is is reduced, and the reduced water footprint. Whatever the reputation is, that it promotes the brand reputation and compliance to ZLD design. And the risk associated is financial and market uncertainties. When water is scarce, it is also treated as a materiality. So the financial and market uncertainties and operational challenges will be affected. Next slide, please. Abhipsa, next slide. So the major gaps identifies are in environmental side, the critical gaps are 8, moderate gaps are 3, and the other minor gaps are 2. Similarly, in HR and social, governance and supply chain, uh, the analysis reveals that there are significant gaps in their disclosures in all the sectors, which include environmental, HR, social, governance, and supply chain. Since there is no adequate data, uh, the gaps has been mapped as critical, moderate, or minor gaps. Next. So challenges and improvements is nothing but emission disclosure gaps. Uh, um, they have not disclosed their emissions in scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3 emissions. And in the second stage, there is no ESG training to the employees from their report, and workplace safety also has not been disclosed in their reports. And the CSR transfer activity where they have spent the 50 crores, and what is the economic impact to the society has not been disclosed in their report. Next slide, please. So here I like Bhumika to take over from here. Bhumika, over to you.
Yes. So the roadmap and timeline that we have suggested that in the immediate phase, we can collect critical missing data from HR and legal and finance department and commission them the external assurance for renewable energy claims, as they have claimed that 100% renewable energy they have turned out. So we need some data, concrete data to report, and that can be that can enhance the brand reputation and also give the proof of their implementation of policies, and CSR expenditure verification to establish baseline credibility. Although they have claimed that they are spending 50 crores for the CSR activities, they should also provide some data regarding the activities they are doing, and then expenditure verification as well. And for the short term phase, that is from 3 to 9 months, they can build a comprehensive GHG inventory for scope 1 and scope 2 emissions. They can also pilot ESG reporting program with top tier vendors, and also refresh their stakeholder engagement framework and conduct formal materiality assessment, which is missing in the current profile. Medium term phase, that is for approximately 9 to 18 months plan, we can emphasize on completing the scope 3 emissions mapping across the value chain, then also develop a robust CSR impact measurement framework for the quantifiable metrics, and publish fully assured BRSR report with complete regulatory disclosures. Next slide, please, Abhipsa. So these are the strategic recommendations for BRSR compliance that we, as a XA group, are suggesting that we have to establish a data management system. We have to implement integrated ESG data collection and management system across all departments to ensure consistent, reliable, and real-time sustainability reporting capabilities. Then we have to also build internal capacity, that is developing dedicated ESG expertise within each department, or provide specialized training programs to the existing employees, and establish clear accountability frameworks for sustainability data ownership and reporting. Engage external assurance. We can partner with the qualified third-party verification providers to validate key sustainability claims, that whatever they are claiming is assured and verified by the third party, like zero e-waste to the landfills, and a 50% reduction of the water consumption.
Bhumika, you're on mute, I guess.
Sorry, I didn't realize I got mute. Sorry. So implement performance monitoring. What I was talking about is to create comprehensive KPI dashboards with regulatory monitoring cycles, then establish baseline measurements, and develop target setting mechanism for continuous improvement in sustainability performance. Next slide, please, Abhipsa. Thank you. So I would also here inform that two of our members and Krishna Kumar sir could not join, and Nitya had some meeting, and one of our member Vineet is out of station, so we three only had to manage the presentation and all the analysis.
Okay, good job done then without people. Without further ado, let's go to the last group. Good job done, yes. Everybody please clap, and the next person, next team should display their screen now. We are already late.
Good afternoon. Just before EA starts,
Okay.
Alankrita will start. We just want to say that since both the groups which have done, they have done actually worked on the project. So we have worked on the project, but since there were a lot of data gaps, we analyzed another BRSR report for a similar kind of company, IT company. And after this, that we have analyzed that and we will present that also. That is it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Shall we start, Alankrita?
Is the full screen visible?
No, it is not.
And Alankrita, you are in unmute now. You are okay.
You're sharing, no? No. Okay. You're on mute, Prasanna.
Now the full screen visible, no?
Yeah.
Okay. You can start, Alankrita.
I am sharing the screen, right? Or you're sharing the screen?
I'm sharing it. You
Okay,
continue.
okay, okay, okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, here we are presenting our report on BRSR. And this is Group XP, Indranesh sir, Sunil sir, Swati ma'am, Makaran, Prasanna, Krishna sir, and me. So, to the next slide, please. Okay, so let me just quickly give you an overview. We've already seen how Technova is like. It's an IT company, and the basic information is over here. So we have operations related, market related, employees, governance, and a little bit data on the environment. However, there were major data gaps that we have mapped. Next slide, please. So over here, we actually divided principle wise, whatever the required section wise and principle wise, whatever data is missing. So as you can see, we have general and company information. However, the scale, operations, subsidiary, joint ventures, and listing details are missing. Similarly, in the policy, if we come to policy and governance, we'll see that they've written policies are published, the name is given. However, the details are missing, the links are missing. Next slide, please. Similarly, here we have mapped the environmental data, all that is missing. So the major observation, a general observation, is that details for everything is missing. There is surface level data, however, it is not sufficient to gauge the performance or evaluate the performance of the company. And here is all the data that is missing, mapped in a mind map. Next, please. Here is the social data which is missing. Definitely, there is data on the workforce and employee. However, these are the other data that is required in the BRSR format, and it is missing. So this is the social data that's missing. Next, please. And lastly, the value chain and financial data for several components are missing. As you can see on the screen, ESG risk assessment, sustainable sourcing, penalties, fines, and financial product related ESG information is also missing. So this is all that we have mapped. So the solution, and this was also, last slide please. So this is also related to principles. Whatever data is missing, we have mapped it here. Now, overall we see, for us, we found that a lot of data was missing. So what our commentary is, due to poor data collections, we cannot evaluate. However, we want to show Technova how the data collection should be done. And for that, we have created a company called XB. That's a similar company, IT company, with uh, with a similar revenue. And to obtain more data from Technova, we also sent an email, as you could have seen the screenshot on the last slide. And then solution wise, as I've already told you, the IT company has a similar turnover, but they've also converted it. So to make the turnover equivalent to Technova, there's a conversion factor of 1.3. So we have converted all the data from that company XP, similar to equivalent to Technova's turnover. So this is our solution. Now over to next slide, please. Go to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. Go, Makrand.
Yep. Thank you, Alankrita. Um, so I'll summarize the BRSR summary here. And basically, the company is headquartered in Bangalore with operations across India and 24 countries. It derives nearly 91% of its turnover from exports, serving sectors such as banking, logistics, and healthcare. Uh, Whereas the company's BRSR report follows SEBI's framework across general disclosures, governance, and principle-based performance. And ESG oversight is embedded through board-level CSR and risk governance committees, and ESG steering committee and direct leadership by the CEO. The workforce comprises around 25,000, roughly 26,000 employees and workers, with 44% women and 25% women representation on the board, and 0.41% persons with disabilities. Employee turnover stood at 26 to 30% for employees and 21 to 24% for workers in the financial year 23-24, reflecting both opportunities and challenges in workforce retention. Yep. Next slide.
So the
Yeah,
entire
so
BRSR is also available, which will be given as a submission.
thanks. Yeah, the
Or you
company
can click
has
here to get the report.
Yeah, sorry, Makrand.
yeah, no worries, yeah. Then the company has committed to achieving carbon neutrality by 2030, with 49% of its energy already sourced from renewables. In the financial year 23-24, while Scope 1 emissions fell by 2.3 percentage, Scope 2 rose by 6.5 percent, leading to an overall carbon footprint increase up from approximately of 8.3%, alongside a 6.5% rise in energy use. Then the company generated 208 is 208.6 tons of waste, recycling 140.9 tons, and responsibly disposing 51.1 tons, while maintaining zero liquid discharge and using STP treated water for landscaping. It targets annual reduction of 5% in GHG emissions and energy use, and 1% drop in its carbon footprint, alongside diversity goals of 40% women in the workforce by 2025, 25% women directors, greater supply diversity, and higher PWD participation. Then the customer satisfaction remains high with a CSAT of 4.43, and employee volunteer hours are slated to rise by 10% by 2025. With no operations in ecologically sensitive zones, the company complies fully with the Indian environmental laws and aligns policies to global codes and standards. Next slide. Yeah, and the material cap and notes, like water usage and withdrawal only estimated. There are no specific data regarding this, and no independent third-party assurance or audit over disclosures. Then the data correction disclosed for electricity fuel due to prior green energy misclassification. So in conclusion, the XB demonstrates structured ESG policy alignment, monitoring and incremental performance in key environmental D and I areas. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, these are the material principles considering the while assuming the BRSR principles too. So the company has focused on the customer value, human rights, ethics, transparency, accountability, environment, and employee well-being. Where in the environment part, although the IT has low physical emissions, the XB scope 2 is increased by 6.5% in financial year 2024, while total carbon footprint rose by 8.35 percentage. And if we talk about the employee well-being, XP is a people extensive business. Uh, uh, Attrition is high. Training is 68% for the employees, 43% for the workers, and diversity are central to the competitive. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this image presents a mapping table comparing key BRSR metrics such as renewable energy use, water consumption, waste management, diversity ratios, carbon neutrality, and data privacy with corresponding GRI standard. It highlights areas of overlap and gaps, noting the noting that while many indicators are conceptually aligned, GRI standards often require additional details such as energy types splits, source-wise withdrawal, and age bracketing for diversity. Like most of the data was not given in the form it is in the manner which is required for GRI reporting. Then BRSR tends to focus on policy and high-level figures, whereas GRI requests more granular data and qualitative impacts, revealing both harmonies and differences in ESG disclosure expectation. Yeah.
So I will start with we did a gap analysis on the current BRSR report and we found around 17 gaps. And those gaps are like some technical issues like the policy links which are hyperlinked in the report, they were not working or the link was not found. For example, uh, the EHS policy was not extended to the supply chain. Only 60% of it was assessed for EHS practices. The risk matrix was not provided. These kinds of issues were there. A major issue was no water-related disclosure. This might happen because they might be renting the office. That's why they are not disclosing anything on water. So there was such kind of gaps, and we assigned a responsible department to gather data on these gaps. Now, to address these gaps and to improve on these gaps, we had a discussion, internal discussion with an assurer at the company XB. There was finance department, board members, the ESG team, supply chain management department, HR department, and an external assurer was appointed to deal with those gaps. Uh, During the meeting, there were several questions asked, questions or training hours per employee, then formal transition for transition assistance program for the employees which are leaving or getting terminated, skill upgradation, then questions on renewable energy shares, then the major part was water, why the water related data is not disclosed, then questions on audit. We have seen increasing number of WAS complaints in the company. So there was a separate question on WAS related complaints. Then assessment of ESG policies, human right due diligence, conflict and interest. So these kinds of questions were asked under the CSR headers, IT and privacy, data privacy, security policies, some finance related questions. And after this, this is the corrective action that we are going to take. We will hire an assurance for assurance of a report. Then we will do reporting on scope 3 also. There was low representation of PWD, so we'll do that. We will focus on movement leadership and post related complaints. Then the iteration rate was high, so we'll take actions to do that. The water collection data will be improved on. Proper mapping of GRIs as BTCFD with the BRSR will be done, and so on. Okay. So the value proposition will be carried out by Sunil sir. So over to you, Sunil sir.
Yeah, Sunil ji is somehow indisposed at this moment, so I'll just take it up. So we did a value proposition about the BRSR, the report. So the value for 100% renewable energy will give you a lower and more stable energy cost. It increases your reputation as a green brand and an ESG leadership. Obviously, it reduces risk of compliance and carbon mitigation, especially for IT companies who are more export oriented, which is a major plus point. Second, carbon neutrality targets. This is again the risk. The risk for compliance is again most of the sales is in Europe and US. Currently, US is not that active, but Europe is looking at carbon neutrality, and they prefer vendors with carbon neutral policies. So this will help in sales. GHG reductions obviously will targeted towards the carbon neutrality, energy intensity reduction. These are all towards carbon neutrality. Waste and waste minimization is one of the areas which was not very highly appreciated in the earlier BRSR report. So that needs to be focused on. Scope 3 has to be focused on. Those will obviously give you a better control over your supplier, and your carbon neutral targets will encompass scope 3 and other emission declarations or reporting. This company is focusing on 100% sourcing from sustainable sourcing. So that is also a major point which will give you a lot of brownie points with your clients and customers, right? And obviously customer satisfaction, your employee customer satisfaction of a 4.43 out of 5 is a major sales performance driver. So next slide. So summary for the BRSR report is, they have the sustainability metrics and mapped with a BRSR, which is connected with their efficiency, operational efficiency and risk mitigation and business growth ambitions. They are already investing in renewable energy, e-waste programs and workforce diversity, keeping in a long-term vision. But they also have to progress mainly on their supply chain transparency or more granular data of water usage tracking. One good thing about this company, being an IT company, they have their tracking which is done by their internal software systems, which is AI and blockchain enabled. So that data validation is much easier for an external assurer. Next slide. So we have done a peer benchmarking also with Infosys. So Infosys is carbon neutral since 2020, but we have a target of 2030. Wipro has a target of 2040, which is a net zero target. Water, this company has a limited disclosure. Infosys is water positive. Wipro has zero liquid discharge. So similarly, plastics is there, e-waste is there, all those things are there. Obviously, their women workforce in the ratio is 26%, wherein Infosys is at 39% and Wipro is at 35%. So there is a lot of scope of improvement in this year. CSR as per government mandate, section 135 of the Companies Act. So there is nothing as per their government mandate they are doing. It's nothing much. Their governance and policies are also aligned with Indian government regulations. But there is obviously Infosys and others are doing a much more detailed mapping with SASB and TCFD, which there is an improvement option or chances of possibility of improvement for this company. Next slide. Now, I have worked as an assurance for this company. I have done a limited assurance. So for the procedure of limited assurance was there was an opening meeting where the scope and boundaries were set. The scope and boundaries for the assurance as well as the BRSR report was set at an operational boundary method and as a standalone basis for this company only. None of the subsidiaries or associate companies were taken into account. There was a detailed analysis of their ESG strategy and controls and quantitative KPI management, which was not very hard since it was done with the software backing. The audit trails were all available. The the calculation was cross-checked and it was found congruent with IPCC AR6, as well as power data was taken from CEA reports, and vehicular emission data was taken from a TERI report, a TERI study that was done in 2020. Not DEFRA, because that is not an Indian standard. They have used a TERI reporting, TERI report analysis, which was done especially for Indian conditions. So these were done as the first opening meeting. Next slide. Basis that they have submitted the report and a detailed analysis of the reports and everything and review of board meetings, all the calculations and everything, analytical checks were done. If anyone wants to have a look at the entire report, It is available here. You can click it and you can have the look at the entire report. Basis this, next slide, we can give a limited assurance that there is no material misrepresentation by this company which has come to the fore while doing this limited assurance. Thank you. Next slide. I think that is the end.
Yes, sir. And
Good
Thank you.
stuff. So can we invest another half an hour so I can take section 2, or shall we close today? Good
so
stuff.
जरा
No problem,
information
sir.
overload हो गया.
Overload है?
हाँ.
Okay.
Sir, I feel कि XB did the tomorrow's exercise today itself.
Tomorrow's exercise क्या था tomorrow's
Assurance था क्या?
कल का जो एक्सरसाइज था गैप एनालिसिस एंड डिबेट डिस्कशन
वो तो कल
from
करेंगे, डिबेट तो करेंगे
वो
ही
था,
करेंगे।
but I think they did it today itself, so the other groups don't need to work much on that.
गैप कुछ है ही नहीं अभी तो एक्सपी
अभी
के
अभी कोई
तरफ
गैप ही नहीं है, अब XB
तो
का
खुद को
गया।
clap कर दिया
प्रेजेंटेशन के
हमने।
बाद हमारे पास कुछ गैप नहीं है सर, तो
So interesting होगा ना, so other people have to now prepare very hard to fight with these guys because
बल्कि वो सर टेक्नोवा छोड़िए, इंद्रनील जी तो दूसरे कंपनी में भी गैप
कंपनी
निकाल
पूरी
दी।
अलग बना दी है XB, टेक्नोवा तो बाजू में ही है, उसका तो BRSR कंप्लायंस कहीं
हम
दिख
लोग
ही नहीं रहा
सौमिता
है।
से परमिशन लेके किया, लेकिन सौमिता
That is
मैडम
good,
से हम
sir.
लोग
That is
permission
Somita,
good.
लेके
this is
That is
wrong.
good for insight. That is good.
नहीं उन्होंने पूछा था, मैंने बोला कि आप लोग मॉक डेटा यूज कर सकते हो पर इसमें कोई गैप ही नहीं होगा, ये मैंने नहीं सोचा।
we hid the
XP में भी gap है. We have the gap for that also.
still you have gaps where
यहाँ अच्छा 17 गैप आइडेंटिफाइड है।
हाँ, तो 17 छोटे छोटे गैप्स, लिंक नहीं है, ये सारी चीजें।
इनफैक्ट BRSR के साथ तो रिपोर्ट इज consistent with the BRSR. Obviously BRSR report तो consistent होगा ही, but if you map with GRI or if you want to get into the detailed assurance, तो वो assurance data या granular data बहुत ज्यादा है नहीं उसमें। Even we will tell you this company was Emphasis, so that's a big company. उसका
अरे
डेटा में भी
कृष्णा पदोल जी दिखाई दे रहे हैं, माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह।
it was his team, right? It was his
yes, he is the CEO of
He
the
is the
company.
CEO. Okay, so tomorrow who is taking which role? At least let's agree that. So it will be a mixed program, isn't it? It will not be specific to each group, group wise. The presentation will happen the profile wise. So the team
क्या
will
चीज
be
है?
based on the profile.
So
Kalka,
before that, can
So
I just put in one
we had
point?
decided upon 4 departments as
yeah,
per the
go ahead.
document.
So,
Board
बताइए
members,
कौन
sustainability team, finance team, and supply chain management. So everyone has to divide themselves in these 4 roles.
नहीं
Each
सर
team
बोल रहे हैं एक एक ग्रुप एक एक रोल लेगा,
नहीं नहीं
ऐसा
नहीं
बोल
नहीं
रहे हैं
नहीं
ना?
नहीं
नहीं,
नहीं
ओके,
It's not like
It's
a
a debate.
specific
Within the
group.
group.
It is an individual activity.
ओके ओके
Same like
It is an
GHG
individual
वाला
activity.
debate.
जी जी
Yes,
जी समझ
like
गया, डैम वाला।
GHG we had done the debate. So everyone can initiatively take any of the roles from these 4 departments that I have already listed, and
हाँ, you can
you
drop in
can prepare
where
WhatsApp,
is the
based on
listing?
accordingly.
that we will select, हाँ?
Where
Yeah,
is the
you
listing?
can you
ये
Yes,
vote
yes.
we have
voting में
given another document along with the work packet, company profile of Technova, where we have given gap
We will
analysis
share
that
the departments once again in the cohort
Yes,
12.
yes, yes, please.
yeah
as a
Please.
it's
vote बना दो, as a
I'll
polling.
repeat it again. I'll
नहीं
repeat
नहीं
it again. It's
Yeah.
the first department is board members, which will consist of board of directors or CEO. From those aspects, you will have to debate. The other department is finance department, where finance department will put their points out how financially it is not possible, or how it can be implemented. Whatever the solutions are given can be implemented from the budget point of view. Third will be supply chain management, where they will highlight the points why the data gaps are there and how that can be mitigated and what support from the company they will require. And the fourth one will be sustainability team, who will highlight all the data gaps and which department is more responsible for which data gap. Okay.
अच्छा एक काम कर
We'll put down this in the group again with all the details.
एक काम करना भूमिका, create as a poll, let everybody select from the poll so we know who is selecting which particular position.
Sure, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, I'll create the poll.
Okay,
तो
so
सर
now
इस पे एश्योरेंस वाला नहीं है ना?
एश्योरेंस वाला ही
नहीं,
चाहिए, एश्योरेंस वाला तो सेपरेट ही दिया था ना।
दैट इज ये इंटरनल, दिस इज द कंपनी का कोई इंटरनल डिपार्टमेंट में डिस्कशन काइंड ऑफ डिबेट रहेगा, जहाँ पे एवरी डिपार्टमेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स देयर ओन गैप्स, मिटिगेशन स्ट्रेटेजीज और प्रॉब्लम्स एंड सॉल्यूशंस। तो कहाँ कौन सा डिपार्टमेंट क्या फेस कर सकता है या क्या फेस कर रहा है, दैट्स व्हाई डेटा गैप्स आर देयर, वो सब हम डिस्कस करेंगे एंड वी विल वर्क अपॉन दैट, दैट इज द एक्टिविटी।
Clear. So we have come to the end of the program for today. We will be meeting you guys again tomorrow, same time. Sorry, 10 o'clock tomorrow.
10, 10, sir.
10 o'clock.